Well,
Welcome.
welcome. And I should say, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, Trees. Welcome back.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Doesn't she do it to me all the time?
Okay, but
Welcome
I don't
back.
I don't travel as
Well,
often.
well,
Um
that is not true. That is not true. That is
so
not true.
welcome back, Shade Squad. Welcome to Shade in the City. I'm your girl Treese, of course.
It snows.
And we are jumping into because we know it's late. So we're gonna break it down for you. We're gonna give you one long session and then I'm gonna break it into two and you choose what you want to do with that, okay? But we're getting into the 90-day fiance of it all. Episode 16 and 17, which we all know is the weddings. So shoot, maybe we can all smash one thing. We'll see what happens. Anyway, but please make sure if you have not already that you hit that like button
And that subscribe button.
y'all, and let's get into it because you know I got something to say. I've been on a break. I've been sitting brewing, thinking about shade I could throw on my vacation. So I'm ready to go. Let's do it. Oh, let's do it.
It is 2 days before Shy and Bilal's wedding. And Shy is, cleaning some decorative pieces, which shocked the shit out of me because
She's scrubbing too. She like
he is. We know Bilal doesn't trust her to clean anything. You know what? Maybe because he ain't got to eat off of it. Maybe he's like, you know what? You go on, stay in the living room and you dust that off.
right.
So Bilal, he comes in to speak with his daughter. I don't remember.
Zaida.
What is it?
Zaida.
Zaina.
Zaina. Girl, don't get me lying.
I feel like it's Zaina.
Zaina. I think
I'm gonna go with Zaina.
Okay, we're gonna
Zaina
go
for 100, please.
Mm-hmm.
So Zaina said that she's getting used to Shy, and it's really nice to see her father happy. And she thinks her brother feels the same way,
and they're excited for the new change.
Or they're saying that on the show. Fatari is upstairs. She has finished the dress, y'all. And Shy's super excited. She's ready to see this thing because she gave her all her measurements. She done sent her pictures of what she wants. And she's a fashion designer. We know she's a fashion designer, okay?
Right.
So
we want to see what it's giving.
Shy got some high expectations. And when Nefertari pulled out this dress,
it was giving moo-moo.
I love the fact that it showed all over Shy's face, like, what the fuck is this?
Stevie Wonder could see that.
Right.
He could see that disappointment in that girl.
She's like, this is not what I sent
what I expected. She's like, I told you, I'd sent you, I showed you exactly what I want. And this was not it.
And Nefertari's like, well, most of the customers that I come across, they think they know what they want, but they really don't. So I thought I would switch it up and put my own little twist to it.
That's when she would have lost me. I wouldn't have been able to fake through it no more. I wouldn't care whose sister, brother you were. That's when you would have saw the real me.
I just love the fact that you can see her true emotions all over her face, but she was respectful enough not to flip out the way we know that she can.
Right.
Okay. So Nefertari tells her, you know what? Let me go get the veil. Maybe it'll make a difference. You just stand here and you close your eyes. And, when I come back, it's going to be a totally different story. You're going to see with the veil. So she goes.
She said, close your eyes and manifest the dress that you want because it is clearly not here.
It's just going to be with your eyes closed. You just going to keep your eyes closed. So she comes back out and surprises Shy with the dress that she requested, and Shy is super excited. She's super happy. She's just like, oh my God, like, why are you pranking me? Like, right before my wedding. Like, is this a family thing?
With this family.
It's a family trait. Like, what are y'all doing? Like, she almost had tears in her eyes. Like, she's super duper excited. I thought it was really, really cute. Apparently, though, the dress that
she was talking junk about.
It was like a
Yeah,
type
it
of
was probably
family
like a family heirloom or
heirloom.
something like
Yeah.
passed down.
She's like, yeah, let's not prank with that either. Like, let's stop pranking
Stop,
with
yeah.
family stuff because you got me disrespecting people now. Like,
Well, basically, she said, stop pranking me about stuff with value that is important to y'all. Like, if y'all value it, then stop trying to prank me with it.
Exactly.
And I will tell you how I really feel.
Right. I feel her on that though.
Patrick and Thais, they are in Miami.
Welcome to
Miami.
Miami.
So his friend invited him out on his, he said boat. No, Pat, that's a yacht.
That's a yacht, honey.
That's a yacht. Okay.
We know you from Boston.
Right.
Okay.
But let me tell you, we spent a lot of time in Miami.
That's a yacht.
That's a yacht. That's a yacht.
Yes,
So and look, Thais over here, gas facing, all. I just really don't want. He's just driving me from one side of the country to the next. We just,
She tired, child. She done came all the way from Brazil. Now she done been in Austin, Dallas, Vegas, Massachusetts, now Miami, and then Orlando.
It's just, when you ain't making no money, ain't paying for none of it. It's just so hard.
You know who you sound like, right?
What?
You know who you sound like. Yeah.
Life is just so challenging. So anyway,
like American dream, huh, Trees?
Just saying. So anyway, then she, they're chilling on the yacht. His friends Leslie and John talk about how good of a guy Patrick is and how he just deserves to find someone that he loves. Thais says that she's not, having fun because she still doesn't know whether the wedding is going to happen or not. She basically starts telling her business with this lady on the boat that she only known for clearly about 5 minutes, about her father. Huh?
I said, Jesus, not this lady on the boat.
Yeah. He just started spilling all the tea. And about her father's opinion. And basically says that, I don't know if I can marry him because my father's opinion is more important. And the lady's like, well, it's 2 days, boo. When did you think he was going to tell Patrick that? I think that's something you should tell him like now. Today.
Yesterday.
And she basically just says that, Patrick's a good guy. And if she's going to make that decision, she needs to stand in her decision because nobody wants to see Patrick hurt again. And we keep hearing this narrative. Apparently he was really, really fucked up by his divorce. And so,
is it wrong that I don't really feel bad about it?
What about his divorce?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like he did something that kind of caused.
He was doing drugs and shit. Like, she decided this is not who I married, and
no, and I understand, but again, it's supposed to be through thick and thin till death do us. Can you?
I ain't signed up for this shit.
Loving me for life.
No. Nobody wants to marry to no drug addict.
Oh, okay.
Benny, I don't know why that's messing me up. Is giving his soon-to-be father-in-law Fred a haircut, on the wedding day. So Avi is trying to brush Fred's hair, and he's like, yo, like, take that over there. Like, okay, let me get my done. How about you brush your own hair? Go ahead, Grandpa.
Getting it. Avi's like, yeah, I got this.
Right? I know how to. Okay, you know what? You ain't said nothing but a word. Okay. Ari is getting ready at her sister's house, and I don't know, like, it's everybody looking good, they looking cute, okay, and
she actually looked decent.
She did. I can't even fake, she did.
And I even like her little glittery tennis shoes. I said, well, you don't give me heels anyway, so I'll let you live.
I bet you the other chick did, the one that he was sparring with, but we ain't gonna go there. So
oh no, she didn't.
Benny says that they're having a Jewish wedding in a Jewish temple, and he doesn't like it, but he's compromising because if we remember, Avi was baptized in the Christian faith while they were in Ethiopia, and I thought that was super dope. Good job, Benny. I thought that was a nice compromise.
And the fact that he realizes that, you know what, I have to you know what I mean?
Now, I don't know if it was necessary, but Benny asked for Fred's permission to marry Ariella on the wedding day. And
Better late than never. Don't be Patrick and Thais out here.
basically, now Fred is like, that's a little traditional, but you know what? I appreciate it. Yes, you have my permission, sir. We're already in the thick of it, but that's neither
Into
here
the
nor
thick
there.
of it.
Right? So Ari's talking to her mom, and while she's getting her makeup done, and they discuss whether Benny's sisters are going to join during Zoom. Now she said she really didn't want them to, but she really loves her husband to be, and she want to make him happy. So she invited them to join via Zoom, even though, she got wine thrown in her face. They don't treat her like family. They be doing the most. But she decided to be the bigger person and let her man be happy.
And of course, they want to see it because they want to be like, "Up, we one step closer to that green card. Good job, Benny."
Oh no, she didn't.
They the one that said you could still marry her.
Yeah, that's
Y'all
true.
don't got to like
But
each other.
that's because they don't like her. But Benny gets a FaceTime from his family. Of course, they're super duper excited. And he says that he's a little stressed and feeling lonely, but it does make him feel better speaking to them. And they basically tell him, don't feel lonely. Like, we here, we got you. We sticking it tough with you.
And as soon as you get that green card, we know you got us, brother. Go ahead.
You're so stupid. So Benny says, of course, he misses his family, but he's happy to be here because now he has his own family. Keep that in mind, sir. Sweet. Keep that energy.
Right.
Because that's not what you was given in Ethiopia. I'm just like, Janice, she comes in to see Ari and tells her that she looks like a princess and tells her she deserves the princess treatment. So what you got to do, you got to demand it from your husband. And really, like we said, Ari did. She looked like a princess. She actually, she looked better than what I expected she was going to look. That's all I'm saying.
And I love that she took the time to say that, she spent a lot of the days, not a lot of the 90 days, basically too much, focusing on the negative. And she realizes that, there are a lot of positive things in their relationship, and that she actually does want him to be there. And I said, well, I mean, it was wedding day. After you spent all that money, you would have hoped that you came to that before, but it's TLC. We got to do the drama of it all. I get it. Nell's favorite character, Eve, meets up with her friend Rochelle to get their nails done.
Why should we doing this? Why should we doing this?
And she believes that she's, still a little reluctant about Muhammad after the fire ceremony. She's hoping that, after she tells her about how they've been reconnecting over the past couple of days, that she'll feel more comfortable about their relationship. Now, she's telling Rochelle how Muhammad proposed again.
Gave her that upgrade, boo.
Gave her that upgraded lab created diamond, and says that
she didn't say it was lab created. I know, that's shade.
But says that she's feeling much better after her new proposal. Rochelle asks her, if she's gotten cold feet, and Eve said something about how she feels confident today. And Rochelle points out, why did she specify just today? Now, Rachel feels like there's been a lot of red flags and that you shouldn't marry him. She tries to let her know it's never too late to change your mind, sweetheart.
Because Rochelle been a runaway bride before. She like, I can teach you how to do this. I ain't new to this. I'm true to this.
Yes, right. And she says there's huge red flags and little roadblocks, which are actually huge roadblocks. And she doesn't want her to feel like a sponsor, and let her know that this is a major, major, major decision that she's making. And as we know, she's been the runaway bride and whatever. But Eve is in her, she's like, no, I'm gonna do this. I'm happy today. And we're gonna take it day by day and see what tomorrow brings.
She said she's still gonna do it. She's gonna take her friends' concerns seriously because she feels like they're intuitive. But she's dreaming about her wedding day. She dreaming about.
I was gonna say all she give a damn about, as we saw the last review or episode, was that damn castle.
That's it.
That's it. Oh,
that's all.
And Shade Squad, if y'all have not already, please make sure that y'all hit that like button
and that subscribe button.
So if y'all did not already hear, keep your ear to the streets. Apparently, Muhammad has been out here
in these streets.
In the streets.
For the streets.
A whole married man out here texting and sending love messages and is upset because Eve want him to pay half of the
I
rent.
just want to know, Muhammad, is this the Muslim way? Or are you Americanized now? What's going on?
Apparently he got some girl on his line, and all I can say is prayers go out to, and this is not a joking thing by any means, but prayers go out to Eve and her son Theron, because I do know that I think he had a recent kidney failure. And she's basically trying very hard to care for her son and give him the best treatment, because she doesn't know if he is going to obviously live through it, but her main concern is obviously allowing him to live as long as possible. So I think that's super sad. Prayers up for her and her family. I feel bad for her having to go through all this drama and hearing that this, prince, her king, is out here allegedly running in these streets with younger women and complaining about paying bills and looking forward to getting his green card and moving out and getting away from her. So all I can say is, Eve, focus on your son and go ahead and get an annulment while you still can, so you can send his ass back to Egypt.
Jabri and Miona are 1 day away from their wedding and they're still traveling. Like, how far is that? Jesus.
On the road again.
What you say?
I said on the road again.
Right? She's excited that they're finally out of South Dakota and in California, but she's super nervous because apparently it's been raining the entire time and the wedding's supposed to be outside. Girl, well, I mean, girl, that's supposed to be good luck. So
look, I was gonna say something, but they lied to me my whole life, so I ain't even gonna sing that song.
Oh, it never rains in Southern California.
I was gonna say they lied to me my whole life. They had me really out here believing that.
So Miona and Jabri get to their Airbnb, where they're having the ceremony, and they're super impressed. It is actually really beautiful. His grandmother Shane shows up and she's super excited to be marrying them, which I think is super dope. Good job, Shane. Good job, Jabri. Thought that was dope. And his grandmother asked him, like, you ready for this? And he flat out said no. He was like, no.
But he's like, when are we ever really?
When are we ever? You just have to make the commitment and help each other grow. I have no words.
He definitely flies by the seat of his pants. He definitely doesn't really think
things. What? By the what?
By the seat of his pants. It's an old saying. I just sounded like a 50-year-old when I said that. But it basically means that he just makes
I got a gist of what it means. I just ain't never heard it before.
Oh, yes. Don't do that.
You hang around old folks, don't you?
Don't do that.
Now he says his parents' opinions are affecting him, but he's gonna do what he thinks is right, and that's marry his his A1 day one. Okay.
Mm-hmm. His wife.
You said what?
His wife, bae.
No. No, that does not go.
Oh, so you can be a husband, but you can't be a wife.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hell no. No. Still hoping that his mom shows up. But he knows she's super busy, but he feels like, I'm your son. I'm getting married. This is super important. You should be here for me.
Right.
And I you know what? I agree.
So you should put your whatever to the side for your son, and you can be there when he has to sign.
And he doesn't really feel that the reason that she's not coming is because she's busy. He feels like because she thinks that he's being, super impulsive, and he just feels like it doesn't matter. Like, you should drop everything because I'm your son and I'm getting married. And you know what, Jabri? I agree with you. Whether you support or not.
Right.
I'm your child. Support me. Period.
Well, all right, we see Emily and Kobe. They are getting prepared for their wedding day. He's going over to her grandmother's house to meet pretty much her whole family. And he's concerned because they're obviously still hiding this secret of her pregnancy. Now, he meets everyone and they seem super supportive. He has Emily's family dressed in African prints. I was like, okay, come through.
I thought that was dope.
And he says it meant a lot that Emily agreed to wear matching outfits with him. Or no, Emily says that after everything that has happened and the meeting with Temperature and seeing how Kobe actually feels about things, she's concerned about marrying him. So she never thought she would feel so uneasy. And with the wedding day being tomorrow, she feels like she needs to sit him down and they need to have a conversation. So they go and they step outside, and basically she's like, you keep bringing up this Ohio thing. And I feel some type of way about that. And I feel like I'm finding out all these new things about you. And so Kobe's like, well, but do you trust, do you feel like what he said? No, his exact words is he said, do you feel like I'm here for a certain benefit? I said, ooh, go ahead, Kobe. And basically she's like, no. And he basically tells her he feels insulted. He said, I'm tired of trying to prove myself to your ass after I came all the way over here from Cameroon to try to marry you and take care of my son. And he said he don't see himself doing this shit no more. I said, go ahead, Kobe, let your balls drop.
It's so bad, right? Because I felt where Kobe was coming from. I did. I felt where he was coming from 100%.
Mm-hmm.
But
the Virgo
energy. That was some Virgo energy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That was some Virgo energy. That overthinking shit, that can't let it go, that overanalyzing. I actually understand why she wanted to have the conversation. I mean, we're outsiders looking in, right? I'm like, okay, it's a 1-bedroom apartment, but you already live in a 1-bedroom. But I mean, you're looking up apartments in another state. Like, we already had a conversation. Like, this ain't happening. This ain't going down. It's like, and just because, and honestly, I would have felt like, see, I'm the type of bitch, I probably would have insulted you even more, because just because you're here marrying me means what? You do get a benefit. And I'm not saying that that's what you're here for, but you are benefiting from it. Yeah. But I mean, I don't know. She was actually giving, I could actually relate to her in that moment, but I'm not saying it was right. Okay. But I understood, we do tend to overthink shit and feel like, yo, nigga, you giving like you got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So we need to have a conversation.
Yeah. Definitely giving Virgo.
So clearly we're on Eve and Muhammad. Insta.
Oh my God.
And it's their wedding day, and Eve says, even though Muhammad did this big grand gesture and proposed to her again, she's still having her doubts because of their cultural differences, and hopes that he could just accept her for who she is. He trying, girl. He trying. Muhammad is super excited because, he says he's been waiting to tell everybody that Eve is finally his wife. Like, I started to use your word, but I'm not going to. That's his wife. Mm-hmm. Okay. Muhammad said it's not easy not having his mom and his family there, but he does have he got some people. He got some people there. He got Rafe,
yeah.
Rafe, his friend support. And they say a prayer together because, he says that he wants to start his life, this is how he wants to start his new life, his in prayer.
Right.
Go ahead, Muhammad. Go ahead. You given a different type of energy now, but we appreciate it.
Now, he does say, I would still prefer a Muslim ceremony, but, after talking to his mama, he realized he has to accept certain things.
Yeah, he got to be more understanding. So Eve is getting ready with Rochelle, and she says that she's super nervous, but she wants to let her know that she's in this to win this. She wouldn't really be doing it if, she wasn't really in it. So this is reassurance, I guess, enough for Rochelle. Although Rochelle don't really matter because she doing it. She a grown ass woman.
Eve is crazy as shit, and she's gonna do it anyway, so it don't matter.
Now Eve says that she loves her dress, but she's nervous because, it's a little bit revealing and we don't know how Muhammad gonna feel about it. But she did get like a little alteration to cover up the cleavage that it shows, so it's not too much. And they're super excited. We see that Theron has a matching suit with Muhammad, which is super cute, super dope. And yeah, they're just super excited to match each other. They're ready for the wedding, and they're gonna get married in this big, beautiful castle that Eve had to have.
Right. Now, Jabri is talking to his mom on a video call about his upcoming nuptials and how he can't believe it. He's trying to persuade her to be there. Mahala says, well, I would love to be there, sweetie. But she feels like the whole point of y'all having it there was so it was beautiful, and that's what you wanted. And grandma's there, so as long as it's beautiful, it gave me, for I'll be honest, for someone who's a therapist, it gave me very passive aggressive.
Oh, absolutely. What I don't understand is why she could FaceTime to talk to him, but they didn't make plans to FaceTime for the wedding.
I don't know. We all know Mahala is basically standing her ground, but I can't say that I agree with it in this moment. Like, I don't know. I'm not there yet. My kid's not dating anybody that I don't like, and hopefully I'll never have to get there. But even if that were the case, I think
I was about to say you would just be making me have to slap some sense into you then, because that's what we're not gonna do.
Right. So he even offers y'all to fly her out, and she declines and says that she can't. Her and Bree have been apart before, but the distance that they have between them now is just not about physical distance. And she says that she's disappointed at Jabri and hurt. So she's protecting herself emotionally. He asks for her blessing, and she tells him she wants him to be happy and reluctantly gives her, I guess, sort of blessing.
So Thais and Patrick are out to dinner, and
they look like they in Havana. Na, na, na.
What?
Come back to East Atlanta. You could be out to Little Havana.
She happy to get a moment alone, y'all. Mm-hmm. I don't know why I don't want to stay on that yacht.
I'm on a boat.
But like, can we go back with your friends? Okay. So Patrick says that, he had a great time on the yacht party, and he thought like Thais did too, but she acting like he dragging her all around the world. Yeah, she is. All around the world, girl, all around the world. Look, enjoy it. Mm-hmm. Okay. So she lets him know that, he said that he would make some changes before this wedding came, and he ain't changed a damn thing.
I don't see no changes.
Especially with her, helping making decisions. She's like, even this trip, sir, you planned it all by yourself. So what's going on? And he says he says that he told her that, like, he told her about it. So that's not making a decision together. Just throwing that out there.
And I paid for it. I'm not saying that, Shade Squad, that's not how I feel. I'm just telling y'all what Patrick is feeling.
Well, she feel like he always telling her what to do. Right. Yeah, I told you about it. Yeah, that's the problem, sir. And he tells her that she doesn't have to, like, she didn't have to say yes. Oh, because she was just gonna stay home in Texas, just all by herself. Just right. Okay, sir, stop it. And she's like, look, what are we gonna do about your brother? Because once we get married, he needs to be out the house immediately.
Right.
Immediately. And he's like, yo, we can't just put him out on the street. Like, maybe we can give him like 3 months or something.
For 2 years. That's my brother. You know how important family is to me. There are, what is it, Tiffany and John and whoever, Matthew, are all I have. And my mom, and then he hit her with the trauma bond. And my mom's gonna die, and she's not gonna be here much longer. I'm sorry, YouTube, unalived. She's gonna be unalived, and
And Thais is not. She ain't going for it. She like, every time I ask you something, your answer's always no. I thought, ooh, the manipulation. But girl, get what you want. Right. And he's like, this is complicated. This is a complicated situation. I can't just put my brother out, girl. So
he said not within the first 3 months, like 6 months or something like that.
Oh, I think he said 3 months. He was like, he got to give him like 3 months, but he don't plan on putting him out at all.
No, he definitely doesn't.
He's talking shit. He already knows she got 1 foot out the door, so he ain't trying to upset her even more and give her own reason for going. So he, yes, she says that nobody gets married and wants to live with their brother-in-law, then leave Brazil to come here and be stressed all the time. And she feels like maybe her daddy was right. I thought, oh, the manipulation. That's all right, boy. If it's working, go on. Go on, girl. Get what you want. Patrick says, if you think so, then maybe we shouldn't get married. I said, oh,
he put his cards on the table. He said,
Patrick, trying to act like he don't give a damn. Boy, stop.
Like he said, know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Right.
I'm showing you my hand. What you want to do?
Basically, she's like, look, it's not simple for me, and I gotta figure it out. And I got less than 3 days. So look, nigga, you really asking for it. You really about to send me back home with my bag.
Okay.
Back out of here.
To the left, to the left. Everything I own on a plane to Brazil. Benny and Ariella are finally getting married in the temple. So I said synagogue last time, guys. Temple. Correction. Now they're standing under a whoopa.
I think you're right.
They do the Jewish tradition of 7 circles. And again, hats off to TLC. This is why I actually love watching the shows, because I feel like I learned a lot about different religions, culture, all this stuff that I had no idea about. So, you know, she walks around him 3 times, and then he's supposed to do it the same. And then they walk around each other, or they circle together, I guess, symbolizing like, you know, we're coming together, you know. Now, you know, the 2 become 1, you know, I get it. Everybody got their form. You hit me with Spice Girls. Wow. I don't know if y'all heard what she was just saying.
Don't act like they wasn't lit back in the day, okay? Don't do that.
Someone was okay, but if you was gonna pick one, it should have been. I'm just saying.
That was a hot song. Let's not come for the Spice Girls. They was litty back in the day. Don't do that. you was singing Spice Girls.
Okay.
You was singing Spice Girls.
I tell you what I want. What I really
exactly.
Maybe not 2 become 1, but okay. So she feels that they do best when they can be themselves and accepting of each other's differences. I can agree. They do the breaking of the glass, which makes the marriage official and signifies their bond to the world that can't easily be broken. Her mom says she wasn't sure they'd make it to this day after 3 years, but both her parents are happy that they are finally married. And they both seem to be happy. And Benny's like, I'm 1 step closer.
Why are you making Benny feel this way? So Shy is out with her little sisters, Tia and Nisa from Trinidad, a day before the wedding. They getting pedicures, child. She says that her sisters have concerns about the type of person Bilal is. Don't we all? And wants to know
Giving narcissists.
You know, they should be concerned or not. Yeah, he's a little bit. Her sister Nisa says that she's shocked she's in America marrying an American man because she knows Shy, and
that's not what she wanted.
She ain't see that for her.
Which is surprising that she ended up in this place.
Exactly. Now Nisa says her experience with American men, they think they cocky, they know it all, and she really don't understand how this is working for Shy.
Does she know her sister?
Yes, ma'am. And she know her sister a diva. Okay, but she don't know who's the bigger diva, her or Bilal.
Ooh, that part.
Now, of course, the prenup comes up, and her sister says that she really doesn't like this whole prenup thing, and says back home a prenup is like something they just don't do. Like it's nothing. Like they don't do it. She lets them know that, you know, they did put in a prenup, him helping her build her business and having children. Child, it was like after the wedding is over, he probably gonna be playing Gold Digger by Kanye West. She's like, hold on. No, he bet not. Okay. And she's like, you know, like it's just hours away from the wedding, and she's still trying to figure shit out. She don't know what she gonna do, girl. Yeah, you do.
Can I just say something? And I know people do it, right? I know people do it. But unless I found out something absolutely crazy extreme, there's no way that I have invested this amount of time and money to be 2 days or a few hours talking about if I got the dress on, if we are at the location.
But you have to think about this. Most people, when they plan their wedding, they're usually engaged for a year or two before the wedding day actually comes. So they have plenty of time to have these doubts and go back and forth in their mind. They only got 90 days.
Kid Nell's coming with the logic.
No.
Now, when Eve and Mohammed, aka OMG, are finally tying the knot.
Man, OMG.
Eve looks beautiful coming down the aisle. Apparently, Theron lost his patience waiting for Eve and then took off his suit. He's like, I don't
know. Took off that shit.
And
at least he didn't come down the aisle, with his drawers on. He did
right,
comfortable clothes.
And so of course Muhammad is at the end of the aisle. Oh my God. Now he tells Eve how pretty she is and says even though she's not wearing a Muslim dress, he doesn't care anymore. He just wants Eve to be happy being herself. And I said, no, you just really want to make sure you get this green card, bro.
Why is it all about the green card all of a sudden, Tree?
Because he was already in somebody's DM looking for another sponsor a few days. They ain't even been married a good how many weeks, and he already looking for, like, when I tell you, Shade Squad, these text messages that came out with this girl were like literally like back in like May, June. This is not like no this is very recent. It wasn't like a long time ago. So Muhammad has been chilling with Eve for, I don't know, a little minute now. Let's just give it maybe, they probably been married for all of like maybe 3 to 6 months. And he's already plotting on leaving her. That to me says,
I mean, did he say he was leaving or was he just going to be a cheater?
His newfound enthusiasm about marrying her and not caring and, just letting her be herself. It gives ulterior motive. That's just my opinion. Y'all know I love Muhammad, but I call it like I see it.
She can read his mind, y'all. She know what he's thinking.
Right. All right. I know Muhammad. But anyway, so he basically says, I realize if I don't compromise, I could lose her forever. Her friends say that it was nice seeing the genuine love between the two. And even they look like the shit is forced, even having to say that on camera. Like they felt like this is some bullshit. Y'all want me to say something nice?
Especially Rochelle. She was not about to do it. She like, right. I ain't doing it.
That's why they did the other girl, the cupper girl do it. Muhammad says Eve loves him unconditionally and loved him through his mistakes. She's happy she married her best friend and her true love. And we wish them the best, even though we know that there is trouble upon the horizon for those two.
So Thais and Patrick are on their way to Orlando. It's one day before the wedding, and she's still confused. She don't know what she want to do. She don't know if she want to get married or not. She's worried that if she marries Patrick, it will forever damage her relationship with her father. And, she also doesn't want to break Patrick's heart. But what do you feel? That's what I wasn't. How do you feel, though? Right. So he calls the dad on FaceTime to have a conversation. He nervous as hell. He's sweating. He's nervous. But he knows it's super important to Thais that they have a good relationship and that they have his blessing. So he says he doesn't have basically, he asked the dad, and daddy's like, no, you ain't got my blessing. And he doesn't agree with the wedding. I said, oh, Pops, damn. Like that? Like that? Like that? And Patrick said he in shock. He feels defeated and hurt. And he's worried that, at this point, she's going to take her ass back to Brazil. Yeah. Pops ain't here for it, boo. She might be packing her shit.
Doodles doodles.
Deuces.
All right, Shade Squad, thank you for sticking through episode 16 of 90 Day Fiance. If you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And now we are jumping into episode 17 of the 90 Day Fiance of it all. So y'all,
the rest of the weddings.
The rest of the weddings. I feel like we're doing another show that we do. It seems very repetitive, but okay. So let's get into
it's what we like.
But let's get into it, y'all. And let's get
I didn't get a chance to refill.
She wasn't on her job, y'all.
I was sipping. So it's the day of Emily and Kobe's wedding.
Finally happened to me right in front of my face, and I just cannot hide it. I feel like that's always at the top of my jukebox. I've definitely done that before, but go ahead.
Love that song.
Yeah.
And Emily don't even know if they on the same page, y'all. I don't even think she know if they still get married. So she realizes, like they need to have a conversation, especially after the night before. She feels like, she was upset. She overreacted. So she got a phone call to make. All right. So she calls Kobe, she's like, hey, boo, I'm checking in, trying to see if everything's okay. He's still getting married today.
And he's very unenthusiastic. He's like, yeah, what you calling my phone for?
Right. Calling my phone. Leave me alone. Look, can't say all that, okay? He was, she tells him, that she was wrong. She apologizes. I'm not gonna lie, that is still some very much Virgo energy. We don't have a problem apologizing when we know for sure that we're wrong. And she felt like she was dead ass wrong. I think it would have taken me longer because
they also live in there.
I don't feel like I would have been 100% wrong. You gave me reason to feel the way I felt. God damn it. So yes, she apologizes.
What you wait with the Beyonce and just take you off the song completely. I ain't even gonna fight with you, bitch. I'm gonna one up you.
That's very much Virgo energy also. I said we have to know that we're wrong, okay? You have to make us see the lights. And if you don't, then guess what? We're gonna move like we were right. So she says that, she apologizes for jumping to conclusions. She realizes all the sacrifices he made to be there with them. And I thought it was so cute because Kobe jokes and he's like, what took you so long?
Mm-hmm. And I can't say, and I think I've said this the whole season. I've never really questioned Kobe's intentions, and I always thought he truly cared about Emily. I just never really liked the way she treated him.
Mm-hmm.
But it is really beautiful to see because he really does love her unconditionally.
I just loved his response. He was like, so what took you so long? Like, I know you was playing hardball, and so was I. And I wasn't about to call your ass. So by the time you realize, get your shit together. I thought it was super cute. So Kobe says after last night, he wasn't sure if there was going to be a wedding, but he's glad that she did acknowledge that she overreacted. He does think there's a problem, though, the fact that she got all these trust issues, but they hiding the pregnancy.
Keeping pregnancy secret.
Like a whole big secret. And basically, he just praised the guy. He's like, just please let this marriage be a success. Like, I ain't trying to do this shit again. Just help me, Lord.
Yeah, I didn't know he was married before. Oh, you mean do it?
He ain't trying to do this,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Get me through this.
Gotcha. Now, Miona and Jabri are about to embark on their big day. He's
not embark. Okay.
Embark, right. Mm-hmm. He's going to show Grandma. Thank you. I've been calling her Cheyenne. Shane.
That's because you pronounce everybody's name wrong. I didn't tell you.
He's showing Grandma Shane the place they plan to exchange their vows and said he's very nervous about making everything perfect for Miona. Now, Grandma asked about the conversation with his mother. He tells her that he did, make one last plea, offer to fly her out. And, she said no. And he basically just asked if he could get her blessing. And as I said in the last part of the review, she kind of gave it, but not really.
Reluctantly.
She basically said, if this is who you want to be with. So That's what it was given. I felt bad for him. He says that he's in a weird space with his parents not being there and feels like they just didn't want to attend the wedding or a ceremony, and that they're not being very supportive. David also isn't there.
I don't know. This is just, she's giving not the type of therapist I would want to go to.
Right.
I mean, what happened to being a bigger person, especially for your child? I don't know.
Right. So I don't know. David also isn't coming because we know him and Miona still can't get along. So he can't have his homeboy to whoop his ass there. That's
I
where
feel like, I wonder if it's because Miona don't want him there. Because I feel like David would still support.
maybe I was thinking that too, but I don't know. I don't know. We do learn that his other friend Eeyore, who was also like,
Igor.
huh?
Igor.
Oh, I just called him like Winnie the Pooh type.
I know
Oh,
you did.
Igor. I'm sorry, y'all. He is not a sad donkey. So even though I really do like Eeyore, but still, but he's traveling from LA where he lives to Joshua Tree with this arch that Miona wants for this wedding. However, Jabri still hasn't heard anything from him. Now Miona is super excited. She's basically been on her stuff all day. And she was like, I never knew people got married in the desert, but it kind of looks like a beach just with the
Out
water.
the ocean.
Ocean.
That's what makes a beach.
She says she compromised a lot, but what she refuses to compromise on is the art
arch
and them other small
I'd be like, let's go to McDonald's, girl. You want to get married in front of some arches, child? Let's just
right
take it down the road to McDonald's.
As Jabri goes through a mock walkthrough of the ceremony, he remembers he still needs to write his vows, and he hasn't even tried on his suit yet. Now, Grandma Shane is like, really, Jabri, I told you to do that yesterday. Like, she's getting on him. And
I think she aggravated as hell. She's too through with this.
Right. And I think she's getting a little tired of Miona too. Jabri basically says Miona is like on a mission. She's being super cool. He knows better
than getting a Serbian woman's
Serbian woman. And that apparently Igor is gonna take 2 hours to bring the arch. And although Miona appreciates what he's doing and willing to do, she wants this arch at her wedding, and she is not getting married until that arch gets there.
I think, but you know what I noticed? This is the person she's been the softest with.
She really has.
This entire season. She's been the most understanding.
He even had this much tact with his mama.
Or with him.
Right.
But yeah, she was super soft with Igor.
Not the depressing doctor.
We pick up where we left off with the conversation between Patrick and Thais, and we know Daddy said no. It ain't happening. It ain't going down. I don't want you to marry my daughter. Okay, so he tells Patrick that he needs to find somebody in your own country.
Leave my daughter.
Find somebody over here. Right? She need to do the same. Patrick tells him that he thinks love is too complicated to be understood, and he never thought before he met, Thais, that he would be marrying a Brazilian woman. So it's not like he was on I think he's trying to explain he wasn't on a search for a Brazilian woman. And her father just feels
catalog. He wasn't.
Just because he said don't make it so. Her father just feels like, she's too far away. Like,
and why do you think I would be happy about that? You're about to take my daughter further away from me.
And also, I only saw you a few times. So Patrick feels like, you know what, he's right. I did drop the ball on this on getting to know her father.
Because I bought him a beer and a couple gifts, like probably what he expected for most Americans trying to court his daughter.
Exactly. And, he explains to him that he loves her very much and he plans to take care of her. And they will be back to Monte Claros every year. I feel like, sir, if you was there, every month, every other month, staying for weeks at a time, you can go back more than just once a year. I'm just saying. And her father explains that he's sincerely upset about this. And, but at the end of the day, it's her decision. And it says he has his doubts, but he hopes that Patrick will prove him wrong. Patrick says that he wants to have more trust with him, and one day hopes to receive his blessing on their marriage. And he does plan to prove him wrong. So Thais, I thought it was cute because Thais, first thing that came out her mouth was that she appreciates that he was so calm, cool, and collected and respectful and understanding the entire time. Because, Daddy was not, I don't want to say Daddy was disrespectful, but he spoke his mind and he was not.
He didn't hold no punches. He was like, I'm not about to push your ass because you are marrying my daughter without
exactly, not at all. But he says that, what's that like? Are we doing this now? And he feels like there's maybe like a light now, like a light at the end of the tunnel, and they can actually plan to get married because, Daddy left it up to her, which really it should have been in the first place. Because she a whole grown ass woman.
Now, I think one important thing to say is that her dad says he's just not really fucking with Thais.
What? I missed that. What happened? What?
He said that. He said, I'm really not happy with Thais, but that's her. Before he said that's your decision, but he made it clear, I'm not happy with you. Like basically,
I thought he was just saying he's not happy about the situation.
Patrick the heat, like for this decision. He understands that Thais is part of this, and that's what I could appreciate. He said, I'm not really happy with Thais right now. He said, but it's your decision.
I thought he was saying he wasn't happy with the situation.
No, he wasn't happy with her because she lied. She knew when she went, she knew when she left, she was going to get married. And I think he finally realized that.
Well, you like this.
John said, he was like, the longer you wait, the worse shit's going to get. She's shy getting her makeup done on her wedding day. Bilal is also excited about the big day and says it's been a long time coming.
Can I just
You're getting married in a house.
Didn't
they have a nice backyard? Why were they not getting married in the backyard?
I don't know, but yeah, they get married.
I couldn't figure it out because didn't they do yoga in the backyard? And it looked pretty big.
I don't think that was the backyard.
Oh, okay.
That wasn't the backyard. I think that was just like how you might have your backyard, but then there's like an area, just an open grassy area is what I think that was.
Okay, because I was like, I damn sure thought they was in their backyard. Okay.
Can I just say, because we're supposed to be shady, okay? We're supposed to be shady. I'm not.
Go ahead. Tell us how you really feel.
Shy was getting her makeup done. And this is the first time we ever saw her without all this caked up ass makeup on. And you can see the difference. Shy did not look good without her makeup. I'm gonna just say it. I'm gonna just leave it right there. Just the makeup helps.
Well, maybe you know what? Maybe she should tone it down.
No, so that somebody can get used to her without makeup.
Huh?
So somebody can get used to what she looks like without makeup.
Right. Well, what I mean by that too is, you know how they say when you wear it too often and too much, it then becomes a thing where you're like you said, your face is dependent on it. People don't know what you look like.
I think that she needs to spend more time taking care of her skin.
It's like how you tell me about lashes, like how people look. I'll be like, oh my God, they look crazy. And you be like, people look where you
once you start wearing them, you got to wear them all the time. It is what it is. That's what it is.
That's funny. So they're actually getting married in the house that we talked about. But Nefertari has done an amazing job of turning the house into a wedding space.
And she did, ma'am. She's like, I'm trying to go from fashion designer to wedding planner.
Right, wedding planner. Go ahead, girl. Shy goes to speak with her sisters, Nisa and Tia. They ask how she's feeling and remind her that it's not too late to change your mind, boo. Now, Shy says, although she signed the prenup, she wants them to work on less bickering, loving on each other more, and hopes that he's just as enthusiastic as she is about starting their family. She says, although it worries her, they've already done damn it, I knew how to say it.
Nika.
Nika. Is that it? Okay. Although they've done Anika already, they've come a long way to make this relationship work. Now, Bilal says you'll never know someone 100%, and that could take a lifetime, but he feels the core is there for them and says he's looking forward to their happily ever after.
We're trying to see it too, child.
What happened?
I said, we're trying to see it too.
Right.
On
Now,
happily ever after.
her mom and the other family members that can't be there back in Trinidad and gets emotional that they can't be there with her. Basically, she talks about how like this is the moment she realizes this is the moment that she's waited for all her life. And she is kind of sad that her family can't be around to support her, but she's ready to marry this crazy man. And I would cry too. I would cry too. She gonna do it, but I would cry too. See, that's what I'm saying. You already in the house. It's happening. If you going through that, all that doubt stuff, just walk your ass downstairs. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it. You done already signed the papers and did it. You're gonna do it. So just go ahead and do it and cry before you go out there because you're being stupid. So
Emily says that she feels relieved after speaking with Kobe this morning, and she's just glad they're on the same page. Girl, she's glad she's just walking down that aisle, okay? As her mom helps her.
Break yet.
Huh?
I said she just happy she can walk down the aisle and her water ain't break yet, so she ain't got to tell nobody.
She is not that far along. You so extra. Now, as her mom helps her.
How far along she is, because clearly she's a liar. But go ahead.
We got a lot of liars on this show, apparently.
Yeah, we do.
That's a lot. Now, as her mom helps her get into her wedding dress, she begins to get emotional. She can't even speak, y'all. We ain't never seen her mama like this. It was super cute to me. Emily says that she knows she was not the easiest child. She still ain't. And her parents have just always been there for her. We see that too. Boom.
They still are. And that's why part of the reason why I don't think you've upgraded from child to woman, but we won't go there.
Yeah, they coddle your ass. So she says that it means the world to her that her parents actually approve of her relationship. Now, her mom tells her that they just have to compromise and love each other, and tells her daughter that she cannot win every fight. And I think she said something along the lines like, damn it, I wish I could, or something.
Right.
Yeah, don't we all?
It was a cute moment. I kind of teared up a little bit, and I don't really be here for Emily like that, but it was cute. I do like her mom because I feel like they got some sense. I just wish she would put her foot down.
Yes. Now we get over to Kobe, and of course this man is in his drawers again. I don't know why he always walking in his drawers. So we don't want to see you in your drawers. Can you please put some clothes on? You know we can see you. It's millions of people watching. In your drawers. You want to see this man in his drawers?
I ain't know Kobe was that thing was dangling. I saw that come across my screen. I said, Kobe.
You know what's so bad? I didn't even see all that. I just noticed he had on whitey tighties.
Look, he had.
That's what did it for me. I was just like,
he had that VPL. He had that visible.
That's that visible print line, y'all. In case you didn't watch our other review
on Real Housewives of Atlanta, which you should. But I'm just saying, our boy Kobe has a VPL.
Oh God. Well, he's getting ready for the wedding. He said he never pictured getting married. But like without his family around, but he's super grateful that he has his friends, and they cheers him up. He said the temperature is there to be his best man, and he has his friend Echu.
I didn't get his name.
Who came all the way from Houston. Echu says him and Kobe grew up together. I would have thought that would have been his best man. But anyways, he says that, he was there in Cameroon when he left for the U.S. He was there to see him off at the airport. And says he's just imagining, what it'll be like. He's super excited for his friend. He's happy for his friend. Temperature says he's excited for Kobe. And the greatest prayers is that the wedding should be successful. We know how Temperature feels about this whole union here. Now Emily's father, David, comes in.
Oh, you're not gonna say what the rest of what temperature said?
Go on. What you want to say? Go on.
Oh, the
I don't
temperature
pay no attention.
also temperature also ended that statement with saying, and he also hopefully he realizes once they're married that he's the man and that he basically makes the rules and runs the household. I said, okay, temperature, you was gonna get that in there.
Yeah, I pay no attention to that man. So Emily's father, David, comes in and child,
It
Kobe
was
is super stressed.
waterworks. This was hard.
Yeah, Kobe is super stressed because he knows that Emily is pregnant and his daddy and the daddy don't. So
And he is no, it's another bill for, and he can't work.
mhm. He says it's like a sign of respect, that he feels bad that like he feels like he's disrespecting this man by knocking his daughter up for the second time, not letting him know, but he doesn't want to go against the agreement that he made with Emily again because we know that he did it before.
Right.
Basically saying anything until after the wedding is over. Now, David says that it hit him this morning, like, that his daughter's getting married. And he had a lot of doubts about Kobe before he arrived to the US. But Kobe sent him a letter, gave him a letter telling him how much he loves Emily. And apparently he responded to this letter and basically just told him to step up and take care of his responsibilities. So, they were building a bond.
Yes, I thought that was
David gets emotional and hands him something personal. We didn't get to see what it was,
I
apparently.
thought it was money.
He said it was something personal. He said it was personal.
But he said this is for you. Make sure
And
this
it was to remind him of the letter that he gave him, is what he said. So I don't know. Kobe also gets emotional to the point he begins to break down because he really respects David and it hurts him that he's not able to tell him about the pregnancy. He feels like, he's holding his lie from him and he doesn't want to do that.
Right, especially after this man and just slipped me a few money and said, "Please get out of my house."
We don't know it was money.
I think that's what he. And it's a wedding day. It's a gift. It's so appropriate, even though I'm already paying for it. But it's so appropriate to be like, "Here's a couple dollars to get you on your feet, brother." When
I
y'all
don't know. What got me was, he gets emotional. He says that he feels like he failed him, and he says out loud, like, I can't do this. And like it's important to tell him. I was like, hold on, Kobe, you about to spill the bean.
I definitely thought he was gonna tell him.
Sir. Sip, sip, I'll drink to
that. Miona is putting on her dress for the wedding. And it looks absolutely beautiful. We learned that she has the one that we originally saw her try on. She decided against that. And now she found a Russian designer online who made her dress, and she absolutely loves it. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Even the sleeves, and I'm not a big but it was giving. The whole look and what she was trying to do, and the golden arches and all that, it was working. So Jabri fully expects Miona to be Miona today. And so he's just trying to make sure everything goes perfectly. She says that she thought her parents were married in a courthouse, but then she learned that they didn't have pictures of their wedding day because they were destroyed. So it's really important for her to have the memories of her special day, especially since her parents can't be there. So now Jabri comes in to see her in her dress so they can, do the first set of photos. He's absolutely amazed. And, he's Jabri and he says cute little shit to her, which makes me love Jabri. I love the way he loves on her, even though it's a little crazy. It definitely gives love bombing. So they go to
But if it's not just in the beginning and it's throughout the entire relationship, that's okay. That's just who you are.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's some toxic shit.
Yeah. But I can appreciate it. So they stop for a break in between photos, and the arch is still not there, y'all. Now, Grandma Shane is like, look.
Well, let her get married in the dark then. Because this sun going down.
She getting irritated. She's like, y'all know I got to take my blood pressure medication. I got to go to fucking sleep.
Did
and
she
y'all, no, I'm just
telling you an asshole.
Because the way she was pressed about this time.
You an asshole.
It made me feel like Grandma had something else to do And maybe she was like, I know how I feel about my nap. And motherfucker, when
You
I
know what
told
I
her
would have
I was
said,
taking
Grandma,
a nap
you
in
go
my
ahead and take your nap. If we need to, we'll get married in the dark because
right,
we got you here all day anyway.
right. I was gonna say, ain't she staying there? But anyway, so yeah. So anyway, so then and apparently they're also waiting on a vintage truck for pictures, which has also not arrived. Jabri again just wants to keep her happy before the storm that is Miona hits.
She's
He
actually been very good, I thought.
Right. I think she did very well. She goes to call Igor, or he goes to call Igor.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not dealing with this stressful shit today. That's on you, boo.
Right.
She good over here.
Yeah, she really is. She was like, go do what you need to do. I don't care. But
She's like, give me my bouquet. I'm gonna take pictures by myself.
right.
Get distracted. You go take care of that. Keep me from being stressed.
So yeah, no, he goes to call Igor, and we find out that yeah, Igor didn't answer. And we still have no answer for him. We still waiting. And Jabri is also dealing with a lot, feeling some type of way that his parents aren't there. And he's not really sure what to do to keep the smile that Miona has right now on her face, but she's doing a very good job just grinning and bearing through it.
He just hoping shit turns around. He's just praying and hoping and wishing. Time for Thais and Patrick's wedding. And she's speaking with the hairstylist about her family being on Zoom for the wedding and just hopes that everyone is there. For some reason, Patrick is practicing like some dance. He looks fucking ridiculous.
He looks insane.
He looks crazy.
You know what it gave me?
What?
And this is for Shade Squad. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video
and subscribe.
If you go back to old 90-day history,
I know who you're gonna say.
Swelu. When
I knew you was gonna
Kalani went to pick him up at the airport and he was in that just doing, and Kalani was like, stop it, please stop.
Actually, I felt like Kalani was pretty supportive. It was definitely more supportive than I would have been. I would have walked my ass right out the airport.
She was embarrassed. She was definitely embarrassed. She was smiling, so hopefully he would stop, I'm sure.
Or hopefully the cameras wouldn't catch her
feeling embarrassed. This is why they're divorced now. Okay.
Well, but apparently it's a Brazilian dance that, is going to be him and Thais's first dance. They learned it together. So that's what it is. But I'm sure that's not what it's supposed to look like. I just have a feeling that's not what it's supposed to look like.
It's really bad.
And of course, John and his friend Wagner come in and see.
Like she couldn't just do a salsa or something like.
They couldn't just do a slow dance because your man can't dance, boo. Just let him hold you and rock back and forth, okay? But John and Wagner are in here clowning his ass, like.
Right.
So they're like, "What are you doing, sir?" But then they get into the conversation with Thais's dad, and he's basically like, yeah, he told me no. Like, what?
And I'm still gonna do it.
And am. And John just feels like this is gonna be an uphill battle. Especially if her dad is not a fan of Patrick.
Right.
We hear, sir. Then moving on to Thais, her friends Kayla and Anadia show up with drinks in hand. Those are the type of friends I'm talking about. Thank you. You picked them right. And Thais lets them know that she's super nervous because her dad don't really agree with what's going on. And Nadia is like, if my dad was feeling some type of way, I would postpone it.
Right.
But Thais knows that she doesn't have that option. She doesn't have the option to postpone it. But she does, want her dad's approval. But we know if she tries to postpone anything, but you going back and that's the end of that. But Patrick is excited and nervous, and he's just hoping that Thais is happy and shows up at the altar. He's hoping she ain't no runaway bride.
Right. Kobe looks like he may be on the cusp of letting out the big secret. But instead he says that, he just wants to give a big thanks to David for all he's done. And he is concerned that if he tells David, he may betray Emily's trust, and we know he doesn't want to do that. So now Kobe says all the doubts are surpassed, and says it's for better or worse right now. And they're getting ready to finally tie the knot. Emily's sister says she wasn't sure that they were going to get to this point of actually getting married, and hopes that they continue to work on their relationship. And she seems genuinely happy for them, but very like skeptical. Producers ask when they plan to tell her parents, and Emily isn't interested in saying anything anytime soon. Whereas as Kobe says that they plan to make an announcement in
the next day.
So yeah, he said, I can no longer look in your dad's face every day and not tell him. And she's like, well, stop looking at him.
So Jabri is finally able to get in contact with Igor. At this point, he's only 10 minutes away. So he goes outside, lets Miona know the good news. And Miona is super duper excited. And she looks like she could even cry. She's super emotional. She's super happy. She says that Igor is actually one of her best friends, even though Jabri has known him longer. She just feels that they have a better connection. Apparently, Igor is deaf, but he's Serbian, and that's his first language.
Right.
And he speaks it perfectly, but learned English and Serbian sign language. Now, I was telling Trace, I didn't even know that this was a thing. I didn't know that there's like a different language in sign language. I thought it just kind of translate
universal.
Yeah, I just thought it kind of translates to whatever language you speak.
Because that would be like Braille being different, wouldn't it?
Exactly. So, like Tree said, I feel like from this show, we learned so much.
Right.
Okay? Seriously. Now, Jabri says he didn't know nothing about no damn arches before this wedding. And apparently, he's like, it could make or break the wedding. So he's glad that he showed up. But when it showed up, it was just some damn sticks
put together.
He's like, we could have did this shit ourselves. Had I known, we wouldn't have been waiting all this goddamn long. We could have did this shit ourselves. Now, Jabri made a song for Miona.
I loved it. It was so cute.
And it's called 1,000 Miles. It's a country song. It's not
1,000 miles to Miona.
Was it 1,000 miles to Miona or just 1,000 miles?
No, 1,000 miles to Miona.
Let me tell you something. It was a country song that they walked down the aisle to, and they actually danced at the altar. I thought it was so cute. Miona loved the song. And I thought it was cute because it was out of his element as well. This isn't, he's not used to doing country songs, but it was a beautiful, beautiful song. She was in love with it too. So Miona had a very heartfelt vow, and Jabriz, of course, was very animated, like we know he is. Wouldn't expect anything less.
Right.
Now, Jabriz says that he is excited to see what adventures they go on next. And Miona says it's never easy, but it's okay because she believes in him. Oh no, but it was Igor says he's happy for them as well. And he can see a big future for them together. And the grandmother just says she wants them to grow old together, and love each other and have fun. And with the type of person Jabri is, I believe that's exactly what will happen.
Right. They're going to have a lot of that. We get to the wedding of Bilal and Shai. Now, he said that seeing his parents growing up love each other almost or always made him want to get married. He says seeing Shai walking down those stairs will be in his mind forever. Now, they talk about how in their culture, again, another lesson for us, they ask the person or each individual, the husband, wife, whatever, 3 times so they can confirm what they're doing. They need 3 I do's, and they make sure. So we see them go through that process and say I do 3 times. And they are officially married. And
you know what I thought was dope though? It also represents, he said 3 levels: the mind, physical, and the soul.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Now, Nefertari says she's happy as hell that they've been able to overcome all these obstacles. She was like, I remember when
Especially
they were
that shit in Atlanta.
the airport in Atlanta. She was like, I didn't think they was gonna make it. And then just working through the whole kids discussion, the prenup. She says, I know that was a lot. So she's just happy that they made it. And the kids say that they believe she's a great addition. And that she makes their dad happy. Now the production asked the son, I can't remember his name right, Yusuf. They asked Yusuf, well, you so happy for your daddy in a new edition, but you was in the thing falling asleep, bro. And he was like, oh,
I wasn't asleep.
He said, I was concentrating. They were like, so you were concentrating with your eyes closed?
Zaynab was like, yeah, he was definitely asleep. You know what? No. You know what it reminded me of? My grandmother always used to say she would sit up and be sleeping. I was like, I was resting with my eyes closed. Child,
I rest with my eyes closed all the time. Whether it be 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whether I got to go to the car on a break, I rest with my eyes closed.
That's called sleeping. That's called a cat nap.
Right. Whatever. So Shy wasn't sure that they were going to be able to make it to this point. And he's like, well, you know what? I'm not a quitter. So if it wouldn't have worked out, it would have had to be because
I skipped past that whole part because that shit just aggravated the hell out of me. I couldn't.
And of course, Shy is like taken aback by that. And I was like, Bilal, are you like, I'm really starting to believe you're socially awkward because you just don't know when to say things or bring things
up. Or just shut up. You don't know when to shut up. She like, see, you put it on me. Like, the hell? What is this about?
So she says she's looking forward to children. And what I did notice was Bilal looked like a deer in headlights.
As he usually does.
And says that she hoped that he'll want to be a dad sooner rather than later. He says, well, I'm already a dad. And
she's like, for a third time then.
For a third time then, basically. And, he talks about how in their religion, they say that, God is the best planner, although we make our plans. And I think that goes across the lines of most general religions. You can make your own plans, but the universe or whatever you believe in determines that.
Kobe said tonight is the night. We telling your parents. Emily she really ain't on board, but we know ain't no stopping him, okay? You said after the wedding, this was going down. So she lets him know, look, all right, you go on upstairs. Shit, I'll meet you up there, goddamn it. So they sit down to have some dinner, and I think it was the dad. I think David. He offered everybody wine. Emily got lucky because everybody turned her down, and we know she did too. Like you're not so suspicious right now. So he talks to Kobe. He's like, so how's married life treating you? And he's like, yeah, I mean, it's good. Like, they're like, it's already too late. It don't matter. You in the shit. Okay. So Kobe says he wants to make an announcement. He has something to tell everybody. This one right here. She pregnant. Again. My seed. Everybody got a smile on their face except for the daddy. I think even Mama didn't want to have a smile on her face, but she's like, the cameras are here, so I'm just gonna.
I gotta grin and bear it.
Yeah, Daddy was not putting it on for the cameras. David said, not today.
And Emily says that she felt the disappointment in her parents' faces.
And her sister's like, so why was it a secret? And Emily's like, oh, well, because that's the one thing they told me not to do. And her dad's like, yeah, exactly. Yet here we are.
And Emily's sister says she thinks basically Emily
takes advantage of their parents. Now, David is extremely upset. Apparently, this ruined his plans to retire in a year because she can't work and he can't work. So who the hell gonna take care of their ass? You know what? If they can fucking make a baby, let them figure that shit out. They know how to make a baby. They can figure out how to make a baby. Let them figure out how to get on their own shit.
That I said this yesterday in the last few reviews or first couple where I said it's giving enabling. They get mad at her, but they won't cut her off the tit.
My thing is, so he basically tells them that, you know, they need to sit down and figure things out, how they going to take care of things and where they going to live. And Emily's like, I know, like she catching an attitude. Bitch, what you not about to do? It's catch an attitude on my dime. When you got your own shit and you can close me out of it and lock their motherfucking doors, then you can catch your attitude. Not really, but okay. But what you're not about to do is sit at my goddamn table, do some shit I definitely told you not to, while I'm taking care of you, and you're bringing another mouth to feed in this motherfucker, and think you're gonna catch an attitude with me. Cause your ass will be on the other side of that motherfucking door. You got me fucked up. Patrick says basically Thais blew him away. The way she looked. She did look beautiful. I ain't even gonna fake with you. She looked gorgeous. But once again, we didn't expect anything less. Thais is a baddie. We know this.
Even if her dress was super, me and Nels talked about it off camera, but I was like, her dress is super simple and maybe not what
it fits her.
But it fits her very well.
I didn't expect simple for her because we know she liked the colorful pillows and I expected, you know, some more drama, but the simplicity fitted her.
Yeah.
And you know, he says that seeing her walk down the aisle, the way she looked, it reminds him of the first time he saw her in Brazil. And we remember he explained that he was blown away then. Now all of her family is on Zoom watching. Her grandmother, it was her grandmother, right? That she's, you know, her dad is there watching. I don't know why anybody else's family didn't do this, that didn't want to show up for the wedding, but you know, that's neither here nor there. So basically, long story short, you know, they say their vows, they kiss, and they're wed. I mean, you know, that's how weddings go. And literally right after the wedding, Thais is like, so when we getting rid of John? Yeah, Patrick ain't ready to talk about that shit right now. He ain't ready for that conversation.
He's like, damn, we
like, really, damn, like, you know, relax. But we had this conversation. I told you 3 months. The fuck? Can we wait a second?
It ain't even been 3 minutes.
Exactly, right. So they get on the dance floor, they do their Brazilian dance that they learned. Now, like I said, I knew it was not supposed to look the way Patrick was doing it. Okay. Because the way Thais was doing it looks totally different. Patrick just can't dance for shit. Now John says that they did it, you know, that he just doesn't think that just because they got married, things are going to be easier. But the most important thing is that they love each other. And he actually does believe that, John, you know, Patrick loves her and Thais loves him. So Patrick feels that, you know, they found true happiness, and he has full confidence that he'll be able to take care of her and, you know, fulfill the promise that he made to her father. So you better. You better. Cause look, he gonna come around your neck.
For you, okay? Thank you guys for tuning into our double review of 90 Day Fiance. Please make sure, if you have not already, that you hit that like button,
you comment,
you subscribe,
and you hit the notification bell.
And also, please make sure that you are following us on all platforms. And yes, all platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all that.
Yes, everything. Facebook,
Twitter,
yes,
all that good stuff. And Twitter. Yes, we do know that we need to catch up. So you will get Married at First Sight back to back. And we will also be coming with the Real Housewives of Dubai and Atlanta. So we will see you guys soon. We got a busy weekend, but thank you for the wait. And we are back at it. Love you, Shade Squad. Have a good night.
Mwah. Good night.
Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Front, back, side to side. Make sure you go like and subscribe. Hey!